On December the 25th, Pakistani military aircraft conducted airstrikes in Afghanistan's Paktika province. The airstrikes targeted the villages of Margha, Laman and Pitaogiareas in the Barmal district of Paktika. Now, this is the second such operation in 2024, and it comes at a time when an Afghan delegation is visiting Pakistan. This region that has been attacked also happens to come under the influence of the ISI-allied Haqqani network. And finally, there is a renewed spectre of retaliatory attacks by the TTP. The question then is, why did Pakistani missiles attack Afghanistan? News9 Plus Decodes. Afghanistan's Paktika province, the site of the airstrikes, holds strategic significance. A border region, it has long been a hub for militant activity, where both Afghanistan and Pakistan accuse each other of harboring hostile groups. Pakistan justifies these strikes, citing the growing threat posed by the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, a group operating from Afghan soil. Paktika also happens to come under the influence of the Haqqani network, a faction integral to the Afghan Taliban. The province's importance stems from its proximity to key smuggling routes and its role as a sanctuary for armed groups. These dynamics have intensified suspicions on both sides, with Pakistan viewing Paktika as an important staging ground for attacks on its soil. So how does Pakistan justify these airstrikes? Pakistan's response to the airstrikes was unapologetic. A statement from its military spokesperson said, "The action was a necessary step to neutralize imminent threats posed by terrorist elements operating freely within Afghan borders." Islamabad essentially called these operations defensive measures to safeguard national security. Pakistan's caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakar too defended the airstrikes, stating, "Our sovereignty and safety of our citizens are paramount. The Afghan regime must act responsibly to ensure their territory is not used for activities against Pakistan." How did Afghanistan respond to the airstrikes? The Afghan interim government sharply criticized the airstrikes, labeling them a blatant violation of international norms. A spokesperson for the Afghan Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Abdul Kahar Balki, condemned the attack. He stated that such aggressive actions undermine trust and regional stability. Afghanistan reserves the right to defend its sovereignty and people. Afghanistan's Foreign Office also noted that it had summoned Pakistan's head of mission in Kabul to deliver a formal protest note to Islamabad. Kabul also highlighted the timing of the strikes, noting their occurrence during delicate diplomatic discussions. Pakistan's actions betray the spirit of dialogue and cooperation, Balki added. The Afghanistan United Front, a coalition of various political parties in opposition to the Taliban-led regime in Afghanistan, also weighed in. Afghan lives are being lost as a result of Pakistan-Taliban collusion, read a press statement from the front. The front alleged that these attacks were coordinated with and approved by the Taliban leadership. They also condemned the aggression from Pakistan as the real cause of suffering and instability throughout the entire region. The airstrikes came just hours after Pakistan's special emissary, Ambassador Mohammad Sadiq, met Afghanistan's interim interior minister, Sirajuddin Haqqani, and foreign minister, Mohammad Muttaqi. This was the first bilateral meeting between the two nations in over a year, and on the agenda were issues such as TTP safe havens in Afghanistan. Lastly, given the Haqqani's influence in Paktika, some interpret this as a calculated message to the group.